Hi everyone, it's Tracy Newman from the Navigators Tarot here to do a feminine reading. We'll see what's going on for the week for the feminine energies that reside in each and every single one of us. And I'm talking about energies, feminine and masculine. I'm talking about the energies that lie within each and every single one of us. And also at the moment it is about balancing out those energies and trying to create that balance within so that we're not one way or the other. Sometimes we can be one way or the other, but you know, at the moment it's kind of like, it's kind of like everything's, you know, this shifting and changing within, and it's now sort of like coming into, you know, trying to find that balance within. Ace of Earth. Wow, very grounded energies. So very grounded energy. We've got the King of Earth as well. So the feminine is actually really starting to ground into the earth plane the changes that are happening on literally on a frequency and a vibrationary level, and also too, so grounding those frequencies of literally change and love into the earth plane at this time. And they're doing it as they're going through these cellular changes. They're literally becoming the changes that are here at the moment, that are coming through at the moment, through each and every single cell in our body. It's like the a projection of the essence of God in that way, if that makes any sense. And it's literally a more expanded form of essence, of energy, of vibration, frequency, and that God presence. Interesting. We have the Two of Water, which is what's hidden. So there is this love that's coming through for literally, you know, maybe for the divine masculine, but also too for absolutely every single person and every single living being on this planet. Then we have the Nine of Air. Nine of Air. So yeah, like the Nine of Air can mean stress, sleepless nights, and I think we have to be very careful about going into that, especially at the moment. And I think it's the reason is because we're going through so much cellular change at the moment that sometimes it can cause a little bit of friction and a little bit of releasing, I guess, of toxic energies. But things like that feeling of fear, like a lot of fear is now being released from any remaining fear that is held within this cellular structure of the feminine, is literally now being, you know, pushed out in a way. That friction is literally just causing it to come up and to be removed through our cellular structure. Interesting, we have the High Priestess upside down. I'm going to clarify that one for a minute. Clarify the High Priestess upside down. Two of Earth and... okay. It's about balance, but also to... yes, once again. Yes, okay, so it's the friction. So for the feminine, there is still these friction type energies that are coming through. And what that is literally just a pushing out of those energies that are toxic or that have no relevance to where she is going. And so it's like a cellular change and a frequency change that is literally any discord, any friction type energies, or, you know, when you have two notes of this sound, so two notes that come together that create a discord. That is now kind of like, it's like the minor fall into the major lift when you talk about music. And that is literally like that discord that has happened over millennia is now literally being, is now coming into a higher state and a higher level of being, so that that discord then becomes a harmonic note or a harmonic. Do you know, I did 3 years of music through the AMEB, but it was like for vocal, classical music, you know. And I could never ever get my head around the whole because it's very mathematical and I'm terrible at maths. So I could never get the whole thing about, but I always understood minor chords, major chords, the minor that causes the sadness, the major that causes happiness, and the fall and the lift. And so we're actually going from that sadness into the happiness, into the happy notes. But literally there's been a discord, and that discord now is literally coming out, you know, that has been held for quite some time, but is now actually moving into a different harmonic, if that makes sense, on an energetic level. Oh, yeah. You know, I was never naturally able to connect with the whole music thing, even though, you know, I did it for 3 years, but it was literally vocal training for 3 years. But anyway, I do digress. So that's the reason why I use the whole music discourse thing. But it is like literally sound is that frequency that comes through, and and that's how we're all changing on a cellular level through the changing frequencies and vibration. But it will cause this friction because it's literally pushing out those old, you know, the discord anyway. It's changing that, if that makes sense. I don't think I'm making any sense. But anyway, all you need to know is that whatever friction is going on is literally going to help to release anything that is toxic, that is negative or perceived negative, and will actually remove itself through your cellular structure. And it may come in the form of releasing fear, which can sometimes come in the form of high anxiety or you know, sadness, whatever. But it is best when you come into that state, if you ever do, is to go within, sit very quietly, just breathe, go within, meditate, and concentrate on removing as much and letting go of as much fear as you possibly can. You know, I have actually learned over the years through depression and anxiety and spiritual awakening that the best thing to do is to let go as much as possible. Let go, let God, because literally God is within every single cell within your cellular structure. And when you let go to that, you let go to all that is, and your whole world will change. So, because you've managed to let go of everything. So sometimes we can go through like a death rebirth, and lots of deaths and rebirths before we actually go through our physical death. And literally they are just deaths of the old ways of being and the old, you know, human that we have manifested into something, you know, much greater. Anyway, we'll have a look at what else the feminine is trying to, the King of Earth again, Ace of Earth, see, new beginnings in grounding these energies in, you know, all of these wonderful energies of the higher frequencies and the higher vibration that is literally now coming through. Once we remove the fear, once we remove any remaining toxic discord type energies, we will literally move into a higher frequency and a higher vibration on a completely different level, and we will ground that within each and every single one of our cells. We will then ground that into the earth plane. As within, so without. All change, everything must come from within, because God lies within, and absolutely everything lies within. So I hope that makes sense, and I shall see you next week. If you haven't already, hit like and subscribe if that wasn't too confusing for you. Okay, bye for now.